Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Rob Perspectives. I'm your host, Rob Horton. Hope you're having a great super day. So today is Monday, July 27th, 2020. I really appreciate everybody tuning in and listening. I appreciate all your support, all the kind words and everything. You guys are super awesome. So today, I don't really have a main topic, but I kind of just wanted to ramble. I really wanted to just put some stuff out and really share some thoughts and so that's where I really get some of my best thoughts and sometimes it just goes on a ramble or a rant and you just see where it ends up. So um, yeah. So anyway, we're also recording this for YouTube. So if you don't get a chance to listen to the podcast, love for you to subscribe on YouTube and check it out there if you want to see my pretty face. So anyway, yeah. So just kind of starting the Monday off. I don't know if you can hear. You can barely maybe hear some children playing and singing outside. So they're having like a little summer activity around here. I don't know. I was gonna figure out how to edit it out, but I'm like, nah. These days we need to hear children playing and laughing, and we need people to smile. So I'm like, nah, leave it in. So if you can hear it, you can enjoy it. Great. It's not very loud. I don't know. You may not even be able to hear it, but I definitely enjoy it. So anyway, we'll just go with it. So yeah, so today, this week I'm going to take a little bit of time to myself, and we're going to go to just a little place that's kind of out in the country, and kind of have some spa time and relax time and reading time. So for me, this is I don't do this very often. I'm, as some of you may or may not know, I'm also back in school. I'm doing like a dual major for entrepreneurship and leadership. And so, of course, I've got my schoolwork to take care of, but kind of disconnecting from some of my consulting and consulting clients for a little bit of time and really focusing on myself and reading. I mean, it's not like super intense, going off into the woods thing, just more of kind of just let's recharge a little bit and let's enjoy it. And so it's going to be fun. So a couple of things I'm going to do is obviously read, really just read, stay away from, all the BS on social and stuff like that. And that's kind of why I'm, recording this podcast because I probably won't put out anything else the rest of the week. But let's see. You never know. The mood might strike me and I'll do one from my phone or something. And then really, exercise and just kind of be good to myself. And that's something that I've been way better about it the last couple of years, but it's not something I've been perfect at. So, try to continue doing that because I don't know if a lot of you feel this way where you feel like you always have to be on. You always have to be on social media, on work, on email, on what's going on TV, on this blah 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 blah. And man, is that really is such a stressor. And for me, I've done a really good job of disconnecting from the news. I mean, you kind of still have to figure out what's going on, even though half of it you can't trust anymore. Um, well, probably more than half, probably like 90%, but at least you get a general sense of what's going on and you try to figure out where you fit into that without stressing yourself out. And so, anyway, I've been able to disconnect from all that probably in the last couple years. I've done really good at it. And not perfect, but I can tell you that it's changed everything for me. It's changed the amount of stress and anxiety because I could easily get wound up on news and things. I mean, I'm still able to pretty easy if I want. But that's what I would suggest to you guys is, you may not be able to check out for, excuse me, a few days or a week. You may not be able to, maybe you're unemployed and can't really, get away because you want to save money. And I completely understand that. I would be doing the exact same thing. But try to make it a mini vacation, right? If you can, if you can't go anywhere, try to just turn the TV off, challenge yourself, say, listen, I'm not even going to turn it on till noon. And then say, well, let's go till 2, and then let's go till 3. right? And see if you can kind of push it a little bit. I guarantee if you can make it through 48 hours of no news, I know you guys can do it. It's not that difficult. There's nothing really changing, and it's amazing that um, when I look at news out of the country versus in the U.S., they're completely different. So for me, that is a big red flag. And two, when I shut it down for a while and then come back and look at one country or another's news, I miss almost nothing other than a few, like, oh, here's who got shot today, and nobody wants to see that. That's horrible stuff, right? So, but the point is, challenge yourself to get off that news and just get away from it. And that goes 10 times for social. Don't get caught up while, this guy, I'm unemployed and it's coronavirus and I got to wear a damn mask and I don't agree with it and this and that and this guy's a terrible candidate, blah, blah, blah. Turn that shit off. It's 10 times worse on social because it's feeding your triggers. It's feeding you only what has triggered you in the past through your likes, through your comments, through your scrolling patterns. So it's even worse. I mean, at least, I'm sure CNN and NBC and Fox and all these guys, they got their little formulas and they know how to trick you and get you to watch this stuff. But at the same time, they're like a shotgun blast, right? They're a shotgun blast, and so you're going to get stung, and yeah, it hurts and everything, but it's not as bad as, social media is more like a rifle, and it just, laser focused right on your forehead and just ready at a moment's notice, right? Just think of a sniper just waiting to take you out with the, with crazy ass news or something. But anyway, shut that shit down. And the other thing I'd say, and I'm not trying to be all, health kick and give you the guidance for that. You can find a billion other podcasts to do that, or even websites or whatever. But, double the water you drink. If you drink 2 glasses of water, that ain't enough. Drink 4, right? Set an alarm. Just say, or set them up. Just set 4 glasses of water, fill them up, put them in the refrigerator, grab one. And when you're done with it, throw it in the sink and grab another one, right? Just do it. And then try to double that, or try to get to 6 instead of 4, and then to 8. And I don't know what, you can look up what the normal deal is, but I can assure you that, and I don't care, there's some crazy person that'll say, oh, well, technically you can die of too much water. Whatever, dude. There's no possible way you're going to do that. Our bodies are mostly water anyway. You would literally have to drink your entire body weight in water in, I don't know, 5 minutes, and even then your body physically wouldn't even be able to hold it, right? So just drink more water, period. So anyway, and I think the main thing is just be good to yourself. Try to find a book that's good to read. It doesn't even matter. I like nonfiction mostly, but find a fiction book. If you're going to check out, at least check out with a book. Check out with a good science fiction story, or if you want a murder mystery or something, don't get a political thriller or nothing like that. You're just feeding into the same shit you're getting on social media and the news. Do something different. And they always say that, checking out's not good. But I think if you're checking out with an actual physical book, or Kindle, that's fine too, you're physically exercising your brain, which is good for, a lot of stuff. It's going to be good for sleeping. It's going to be good for just getting out of the anxiety, right? And just go and feel the emotions of that book for a change. And I think you'll find it'll make a hell of a difference. It always does for me. I enjoy reading all the time. And I got to do physical books. I do read some Kindle books, but for me, it's almost always has to be, something physical. So, yeah. So, I mean, those are the things you got to do. And why do I say that is, guys, I'm changing a little bit, changing direction, is, we now have an opportunity to, really better ourselves. And we tried to post, people posted this stuff before of, oh, well, if you didn't do X, Y, Z and learn this skill, you're not, what is it? I don't know, something like you're not, stressed, you're lazy, or you're unmotivated, or I don't know, something like that. And then people started pushing back against it, like, no, it's okay to sit on my ass and do nothing. Well, no, it really isn't. I mean, if you're taking time once a week and you're actually shutting news off and you're actually getting rid of social media, I don't mean get rid, like stop looking at it. If you're actually drinking the water you should, if you're actually sleeping well, then you know what? I got nothing else to say. You're doing it. But I think if you're still on social, if you're still screwing around on the news, if you're still getting anxiety from CNN and your friends on Facebook and all that stuff, you're not doing it right. You need to check out. I don't know how often, but once in a while, you need a day that you don't do any of this other shit, right? And that's the key. And then you do need to, because let's face it, look at every, and I'm going to beat up on the people that always say, oh, it's okay for us to just be and not do. Okay, fine, that's cool. I mean, that's why we have freedom of choice no matter where we are in the world. But at the same time, you look at every business who's failed right now. Most of them, and I shouldn't say every, most of them, a large majority, damn near most, hadn't done anything. And by that, I mean they didn't pivot their business model. They didn't change how they were collecting money. They didn't go to a delivery system. They didn't go to a subscription model. They didn't utilize social media to build relationships. They didn't find someone to merge with. They didn't create partnerships. They didn't just go communicate with their customers either in person or via Zoom or on the phone or through suggestions, whatever, right? They didn't do it. And what happened? They're bankrupt. Look at all the bankruptcies right now. Look at and we only hear about the big ones, right? We only hear about the big restaurants. We only hear about I don't know. You can look at, what was it? I think J.C. Penney, and I think there was a couple other big luxury brands. Penny's just sticks out for me, for one. And they didn't do anything. And they didn't change your business model. And they just kept things where they were. And they kept these expensive stores. And they just never changed. And then places like Amazon swooped in and just destroyed them. And even little mom and pop stores went to FBA and destroyed them. And stores went to delivery models. Stores went to, subscription boxes. Whatever they had to do to move it, rather than just say, nope, this is what we've done for 100 years and we're going to continue to do it for 100 years. And okay, how's that working out for you? Well, you're sitting in bankruptcy court, so not very well. And that's what I say for all you business owners and solopreneurs, especially consultants. You have such an opportunity. Consultants, I mean, people, they can take away your paycheck. Heather Monahan had mentioned they can take away your paycheck, but they can't take away your skills. They can't take away your knowledge. They can't take away your drive. They can't take away your smile. They can't take away all these things that made you good in the first place. And yeah, I'm talking to business owners, but I want to talk to consultants. It's more near and dear to my heart, and I try to help consultants and small business owners. They didn't take that away from you. So you honestly take some time, deal with the anxiety, be like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And then get up and say, oh, what are we going to do? See how that's different? And so get out there and do it. Get out there and say, I'm going to smile more. I'm going to make more calls. Maybe that's easier said than done. Okay, send more emails if you don't like calls. Send a DM, create a DM and copy and paste it into some of the people that you want to work with. Get out there on LinkedIn and start connecting with people. Ask, say, how can I partner with you? Is there any way that we can make money? Just ask people. You're going to get a lot of people. They don't like the ask. They don't like the sell, especially on LinkedIn. And I'm not saying go out there and just spam the hell out of people, but ask them. Find people that you think are interesting and find people that you think are in a similar space and say, is there any way for us to work together? Say, listen, and you know what? everybody's so worried about feeling vulnerable. Like they don't want to say, oh, I'm out of work and da, da, da. You know what? Those days are over. Everybody's out of work. Well, not everybody, but a large portion of people. And if you're out of work, do you really have the luxury of being, I don't want to say, not humble, but what's the word? Do you have the luxury of pretending everything's okay? Or do you want to just throw it out there and say, listen, I have a critical need. My business is in the tank. I'm looking for ways to partner up to people, and let's do it. And I'm putting out the call now, and I'm gonna put it out on. I'm gonna make this exact post on LinkedIn. I'm gonna say, hey, the economy's tough. I'm doing pretty well, but I'm really looking to expand. I'm really looking to partner. I want to find ways to generate revenue together. I want to help other people, but I also want to help myself. Let's partner. How can I help you make money? How can we work together? Is there a way? Can we share skills? Can we share whatever, right? And just go out there and do it. Put it out on Facebook to your friends and family. So what? Who cares what they say? Excuse me. Look, they're not paying your bills. If they are, you probably aren't stressing right now. But if you are stressing, it means you're paying your own bills and you need to not worry about those people. So get out there. Tell your parents. Tell your aunts, uncles. Tell your high school friends, whoever. Listen, the economy sucks right now. I'm tanking. I need help. Let's do stuff together. Not in a desperate fashion, but just be open. Say, I'm struggling right now. I'm looking for opportunities. Here's what I want to do. Let's work together. Can you put me in contact with people? Maybe it's not the industry that I want to be in. Maybe I don't want to be in lawn care industry. Nothing against that industry. Just it may not be where I want to be, but how can I help on the marketing side? Can I take someone and grow their business? Can I help them reorganize their business? And if it works okay, pay me a few $100s, right? I mean, you got to start scrapping. And you got to start fighting. You got to start clawing. You got to say enough is enough is enough is enough. And you got to get in there and you got to hit it. It's like being in a boxing match, like the most important boxing match of your life. You've got to fight. You got to punch. You got to punch. You got to punch. You got to get in there and make it happen. You got to get in there and really talk to people. You've got to tell them what you want. Don't take no for an answer. And when you get punched in the face, you get right back up and say, okay, I'm here. I'm here again. Let's do it again. Let's go again. What else can I do? How else can I do it, right? So I think that's the key that you're going to want to try to do. And just remember it's like a fight. Just get in there. So, and remember, that's in life and relationships. That's in your money and business. That's with your family, all that. Get in there and start punching, right? Get in there and make it happen. And you'll start to see. And I think if you just honestly tell yourself and your family, be honest with people. Say to yourself, Rob, you're really not stepping up, dude. And this is, you talking to yourself. Is, Rob, how can you step up better? And that's what I'm going to do this week. I'm going to figure out how I can be more transparent. I'm going to figure out how I can kick ass. I'm going to figure out how I can stop doing shit that I hate to do. And there's some stuff that I hate doing and I need to get rid of it because I've rested on my laurels too long. You need to tell your family, listen, things suck right now. I need your help and support. And I just need you to help me get through this. You need to tell your friends, hey, put the feelers out. Here's what I need to do, right? You make it happen. So those are the kind of things you need to look for. And I promise you, when you do that, along with your business contacts, old employers, new employers, LinkedIn, Facebook, email, calls, family, friends, yourself, you are not going to believe where that goes. And I promise you. So I promise you that that's going to work. So listen, do me a favor. If you get a nugget of gold out of today's episode and you take action on some of the things that I mentioned, send me a note. I really want to hear how it's benefited you. If it has, and if it hasn't, I want to hear that too, right? I want to say, oh, this was the worst advice ever. And I'm always looking to learn and pivot. So if I give you something that really didn't work, I want to hear that as well. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know how it's helped. Listen, guys, we're going to wrap up today. I love you all. Thank you so much for the support. I'm going to be here for you. Send me your notes, send me your questions, and I'll be back with another episode very soon. Love you all and have a great day.